Welcome to Behind the Torch, Northern Michigan University's premier center on current student events. Behind the Torch is a student-led, student-produced, student-interviewed series of discussions detailing recent events happening all around campus. Today, I am joined by Liam Ulland-Joy. He is the current treasurer of Northern Michigan University's Quiz Bowl team. Liam, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I actually do Public Eye News here, and it's very exciting to see the studio in this configuration.
We do work together on Public Eye News even as recently as last week, so it's exciting to work again together.
Yes, I agree.
So jumping right into it, tell us a little bit about yourself.
This is my second year at Northern. I'm from the area. I played Quiz Bowl in high school here at Marquette Senior High. So it was a pretty smooth jump to the WNMU Quiz Bowl team. My major is English. I'm focusing on creative writing with a minor in history. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
I do understand you're an author, too, of a fiction book.
Yes, I do. I have one published science fiction novel, working on the sequel, and a couple of other little writing projects here and there.
Very, very impressive. So let's just jump a little bit right into it. What are your origins with the Quiz Bowl? You mentioned it a little bit. You played in high school at Marquette.
I did. I joined my freshman year and played a little bit then. The team was sort of in a bad shape, and it didn't survive COVID in that configuration. But it had a bit of a renaissance once we got through the worst of COVID. And I came back in my senior year with a bunch of my friends, and we went on a bit of a tear in the televised high school bowl tournament. We made it all the way to the final game, where we unfortunately did lose to Kingsford, but still very proud of our placement, considering we just came in out of nowhere and came second. But that left me with a real unwhetted appetite for more Quiz Bowl. Because we lost, I wanted to keep playing. So it was a great team on campus for me.
Very, very impressive. And you mentioned that you are now on the WNMU Quiz Bowl team. What's that transition from high school to college Quiz Bowl like?
It was very seamless. The rules are very similar between high school and college. And the rules are a little bit similar to Jeopardy. That's the comparison I most often use. I actually do have a question here lined up for you, Luke, I can read to you. And so you and the audience can get a sense of what the average game goes like.
Ooh, I'm a little bit rusty on my Jeopardy knowledge, but I'll give it my best shot.
Okay, here it is. In 2018, this country unveiled the largest statue in the world, a depiction of a former deputy prime minister called the Statue of Unity in its state of Gujarat. Shah Jahan used marble in a mausoleum complex for his wife near Agra for 10 points. What country that contains the Taj Mahal?
Oh, gosh. Is it Saudi Arabia?
It would be India.
India.
And if you had gotten that answer sooner, like if you hadn't made the guess at the end, you would have been able to buzz in and actually interrupt me for extra points. And don't worry about guessing the wrong answer, because you don't suffer anything. If you wait till the end of the question and you don't have the correct answer, you lose no points. But that's a rule that's different from the televised high school tournament, because you can buzz as much as you want without punishment. But yeah, so that's an average question from Quiz Bowl. There's usually 20 questions a game, and we play all kinds of schools, all kinds of focus areas. Michigan Tech, for example, answers the questions. That was a geography question. They answer the science questions like crazy, of course. Makes sense, right? But pretty much every field of study and field of interest is covered by WNMU Quiz Bowl, by Quiz Bowl in general, because they have the big three are called history, literature, and science in Quiz Bowl. So if you know one of those three things, chances are you'll thrive. But if you have just any minor niche interest, chances are it'll get asked about.
So you'll be set one of those big three. Is there anything upcoming for Quiz Bowl that we should know about?
A whole lot of things are coming up, actually. The team is doing a lot this year. Just this month, there's going to be, in the month of October, on the 24th, there will be the Great Trivia Showdown, the first of its kind, hosted by the WNMU Quiz Bowl team. That's going to be at Jamrich. I'm going to be the MC. It's going to be a game show format. Like I mentioned, the format for questions in Quiz Bowl is similar to Jeopardy. This will just be taking it to the next level by presenting it as a grand TV spectacular. But we also have our more usual fare, which is hosting and attending intercollegiate tournaments. In November, we're going to be going away to visit Tech and play them. We have a long-running rivalry, just like our schools have rivalries and everything else. Quiz Bowl is a bitter rivalry between WNMU and Tech. And then in February, we'll probably be going to Minneapolis to play sectionals against schools from all around the Midwest.
Very, very exciting. How do you think your team stacks up this year?
I think we're doing great, to be honest. We barely lost anybody from last year. A couple of people graduated, but most have stayed around, and we've taken on a lot of new members, a lot of new friends. It's a very welcoming team. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any sort of niche interest, chances are it will get asked about. The academic fields do get asked about a little bit more, but just about anything is covered. So we take in all kinds, and it's a very welcoming, friendly environment.
Okay. If, let's say I was interested in Quiz Bowl, who would I contact to get interested or get started?
Well, we are on the hub, so the easiest way is to join our group on the hub, because we have a mailing list that you can opt into from there. You could also email myself. You could email President Libby Myron. You could email Prof. Joy, Michael Joy, for information. He is the academic advisor and also my dad. And yeah, there's a lot of people you can reach out to. We have an Instagram account. We have a lot of presence online. All you need to do is email NMU Quiz Bowl. We've been around since 2009. Got a lot of established lines of contact.
Very, very exciting. Is there anything else you wanted to mention about Quiz Bowl or something like that?
One thing, which is just that when I had to advertise it at the org fair this year, people would always tell me, "Oh, that looks kind of cool. I like to do bar trivia and such, but I don't think I'm smart enough for organized Quiz Bowl." And it was told to me so much that I had to come up with a pre-written response when I heard someone say, "I'm not smart enough." I flipped to a different page of my notebook and I said, "It's about reflexes and memory, RAM." Because you don't need to be smart. You just need to have a specific niche interest. You have to have the reflexes to buzz in with the answer quick enough, and you have to have the memory to recall things you like. So it's open really for anybody, not just the super brainiac types, not just academics. It really is a friend group in its own right. And it's been growing in size. Like, chances are you'll find somebody who has the same interests as you. I just want to make it clear that, well, we do have people who are there to answer math questions or science questions. I'm mostly there to answer history questions. We talk about everything. There's no judgment if you like different things, and chances are you'll learn a lot of new stuff that you didn't know you were interested in.
So it's really for anybody and everybody, you would say?
It really is, yeah. And we have so many different events to fit different styles of people, like different interests. Like I mentioned, we have the Great Trivia Showdown for the more casual, like more of a bar trivia experience. But if you do join the team, you can go on these long expeditions to Minneapolis, or I think even Ann Arbor has been in the running once or twice. I've never gone there, but you can travel around the country if you get far enough in Quiz Bowl. And we actually have our team. We've made it to the national championships twice. We came 15th a few years back, and we actually did defeat the Harvard Quiz Bowl team.
Wow.
That's an accomplishment I like to boast about during our org fair representation. NMU did beat Harvard, so if you want to be a part of that organization, say you have some connection to that accomplishment, you can sign on.
A lot of brainiacs here. Is there a place you'd say that's a favorite place you visited as a part of Quiz Bowl, or?
To be honest, I have visited more places as part of high school Quiz Bowl. We don't get to do as many tournaments as I would like at NMU Quiz Bowl. That's just as a matter of funding. It does cost money to get to them and put them on. But I've been to Houghton once or twice. I've been to Minneapolis once or twice. And both times it was very fun, especially visiting the University of Minnesota campus for our tournament. That is a beautiful place. Tech's fine too, of course. But yeah, it was nice. And the best part of it really is to meet the new people, not just the place, because it's a nexus for people who are similarly like-minded people who like a lot of the same things you do, like talking about history in super great detail at Public Eye News, for example, or just in a random class. People are kind of like, huh? Like once or twice I'll get the opportunity to really nerd out and go on a tangent, but this is the place for you. If you have a nerdy interest, Quiz Bowl is the home for you. So
if you geek out on a certain topic, you should be a part of a Quiz Bowl team.
Well, like for example now, I have never been a sports anchor at Public Eye News. It was discussed a little bit early on that I could try, take me a little bit of training to be a convincing sports anchor, but I could do it. But there are people who go to NMU Quiz Bowl just to answer sports questions. So I just want to get you away from the idea that it's traditional, like brainiac material, because they really do ask about everything under the sun, like politics and government, art, music, pop culture. We attend the acronym Pop Culture Tournament once in a while, which is an open tournament. I don't remember off the top of my head where that's held, but anybody can play an acronym, and they ask about all kinds of pop culture topics like musical artists, video games, celebrities, influencers, that kind of thing. And it's a lot of fun. I haven't done that, but that's definitely going to be on my bucket list for the future. Thankfully, I have 2 more years of NMU Quiz Bowl in me. It's so much fun. It's like one of my favorite things to do here.
It sounds like a lot of fun. You know, if you can put it in a question form, it's got to be on Quiz Bowl. Is that kind of how it goes?
That's just about the size of it. Yeah, there was an Elden Ring question one time, just for example. They do have topical questions. I'm trying to think now. I should have come prepared with more questions. There was obviously that one about India. They have traditional geography. But yeah, there's such a diversity of stuff. And you don't have to attend every practice either. Like, if you have a bad practice, which, by the way, hopefully there's never any bad practices. But if you ever have a scheduling conflict or something like that, it's entirely optional to come to practices. I have friends who say, oh, it's completely not going to work because I work during Quiz Bowl practice for this entire semester. And I tell them, that's fine. You can come to tournaments with us, which are usually on weekends, or you can just play next semester. The team will remember. We can put you on a mailing list, an email list, to be clear, and you can play whenever it's convenient. So it's not like a rigorous team where you have to go to like football practice, like you have to go be there every single time. We recognize that people are busy, and it's very academic things. It's in some ways has the attributes of a class. Oh, I don't want to put it that way. Never mind. I strike that from the record, okay? It's not really like a class.
Cut it.
The closest thing to that we have is a diagnostic test. It's called a test. It has 500 questions, and you do that to tell the team administration, the coach, what you are good at, what you like to learn about, what you like to answer questions about. And you take that every year during your tenure on the team, and chances are you improve and your scores go up over your 4 years at NMU. That's been the case with me. It's been the case with a lot of people. And it's entirely optional. It's the most fun test I've ever taken at NMU because, first of all, you only have to answer the questions you want to. It's not worth a grade. There's nothing at stake. And you can bail out at any time. And you can just stop taking the test. So that's the closest thing to a classroom setting. I just want to make it very clear that it's not a stuffy people. We're not stuffy people. We are friendly, welcoming group. So
very, very interesting. Very, very fun. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Liam, for your time here today. And that is all our time we have for Behind the Torch today. Thank you.